I've just completed my first year at the University of Southern California studying business with the War Bachelor in Business program. After the first year, I'll be in Hong Kong at the Hong Kong Science and Technology University. Then the third year, I'll be in Milan at Bocconi. The IB preparation that I gained here at St. Clair's, Oxford was crucial to my studies because I had the opportunity, for example, to try and to explore a different variety of subjects that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do in my local school back in Italy. At the same time, the IB was crucial to me because I actually learned the way critical thinking is important and how to apply critical thinking to my everyday life. Furthermore, I also think that IB was crucial into learning how to write and to structure essays. For example, with the extended essay, I learned how to write and actually compose an essay of 4,000 words. For my case, it was in business management, in which I analyzed a company. At the same time, I also needed to figure out the bibliography and all the references, and all these little particulars are what I think over the past year actually gave me an advantage over other students at the University of Southern California. Life at St. Clair's, I would say it's unique because you actually have your friend groups, but at the same time you have your own independence. It's a strange time because personally came from a little town in the northern part of Italy, and then I was in Oxford, so a middle-sized town in the UK. And I had the opportunity to actually understand how living away from home is, and that was really nice because I also learned how to organize myself. For example, how to organize my study life with my personal life, with like activities in my free time. This life at St. Clair's was actually translated to my experience at university. Being in an American college in Los Angeles, it was really nice because I had a whole campus to explore, and that felt a bit like St. Clair's, so a place in which I felt safe, but at the same time was able to explore. Los Angeles obviously has another size compared to Oxford, but being in Oxford and after exploring LA, which is, as I said, much bigger, larger, it was nice because I had my own ways on which I could feel safe, and I could organize my time, and I actually was able to apply my 2 years of, let's say, personal knowledge out of my life in Los Angeles. The ethos of St. Clair's has been part of me by the time I was leaving Oxford in May 2024. And that independence was actually something that changed myself because I truly felt I was able to live a life in which I could understand what the life was asking me to do, and also how I could organize, for example, all the different tasks that the International Baccalaureate was requiring me to complete to actually get the diploma. So again, having this balance between my personal life, so all my activities, all the tasks, creativity, activity and service, with all the academic workload that is required by the IB diploma, it was something that was challenging when I was here, but at the same time, with the help of all the teachers, all my classmates, and all the support also offered at St. Clair's, I was able to overcome that and actually gain something that I can now apply in my everyday life as an international student that lives away from home. The biggest challenge that I had was probably to adapt to a new city because I really like Oxford, and I think that Oxford is a fantastic city for students our age, in the IB diploma age, because it's a perfect size. It's 1 hour from London, and at the same time you have your own spaces. You can hike, you can go do the Gold Duke of Edinburgh that is offered at St. Clair's. At the same time, moving from this middle-sized city to a much larger city like Los Angeles, at first I was feeling a bit lost, I'd say, because there are many things to do and the city is so big, especially those cities on the West Coast, like San Francisco and Los Angeles, in which traveling around alone like I was doing here in Oxford, going to London or exploring all the different cities around here, I wasn't able to do that on my own just because of the structure of the city. So I'd say adapting to a much different, not a different environment, because the campus itself reminded me of St. Clair's, even though it was a bit different, but adapting to the city itself, which is built around the campus. First of all, I would say enjoy your graduation, because it's going to be the last moment in which you're going to be together as a cohort, and that moment is just special and you'll remember it for your whole life. Personally, based on that, I think that connections are fundamental. The friendship that you gain here at St. Clair's are gonna stay with you for the whole of your life. And I can speak for the business industry because I'm studying business management at the moment. And I can say that knowing people is truly at the base of actually having a successful career. So if you know one person maybe from St. Clair's, or that person knows someone else that can maybe lend you a job that otherwise you wouldn't have been able to access. So I would just say, take the most out of St. Clair's. Just take all the friendships, all the people that you know, connect with them, remain in touch with St. Clair's, and that's the true value that St. Clair's is going to give you in the coming years for your whole life and for your career.